Ah, the humble mum bun. Look, it looks like I've got all of my together. Everything's sleek and smooth, and it looks like I know what I'm doing, but it hides all manner of sins. Case in point. The mum bun is the humble cousin of the depression slump, and that's where you just take all of your hair and tie it away and don't wash it and don't comb it and don't think about it. And it gets really easy to do the same thing when you're a mum because you don't have time. You are busy running around and helping children. So you think, oh, I'll wash it tomorrow, throw it up in your bun, and you look like you know what you're talking about. But in reality, the longer you do that, the worse it gets. Now, I haven't washed my hair in a week, and look, for curly hair, that's not too bad if you do it right. I follow the curly girl method, and they say, 1 to 2 times a week is fine. And when I was really depressed, I often wouldn't wash my hair for 2 or 3 weeks at a time. So I thought we would work through this rat's nest and talk about why you neglect your health when you're depressed / looking after other people, and quick tips that you can do to start taking better care of yourself right now. First things first, I gotta go wear this. I'll be right back. Ta-da! So I have soaked my hair as best I can, and now instead of just being like a mess, it's now a wet mess. So we're gonna work on it a bit at a time. It can seem really, really impossible to start taking better care of yourself when you haven't for so long. And trust me, I used to go weeks without washing my hair or doing anything kind for myself. And look, it's just one of those things, sometimes you gotta bite the bullet. You spend all this time putting it off and then you never get it done. And with hair, especially curly hair, it just gets worse and worse and worse. So sometimes it's about being proactive and stopping it in its tracks. Don't worry, you're not going to sit here for the whole half an hour. It's going to take me to detangle this, but I just wanted to have a quick chat so that we could see it actually happening and what it really takes to take care of yourself sometimes, especially when you don't want to. This is that part of self-care which is not fun. It's not fun trying to get all the tangles out of your hair. Sometimes they hurt. Sometimes you can't imagine getting a comb through it. Some people leave their hair so long it has to be cut. And I don't want that for you, and I don't want that for me. So if you have a rat's nest in your hair right now, like I do, sit down with me, grab a comb, grab some product, and start working it out. We can just sit here together and get it done. Detangling my hair used to take upwards of 40 minutes. This is probably the longest my hair has been in probably a good couple of years. Because when I was so depressed, it was easier to keep it really short. Because then it wouldn't get as tangled on itself. Now that I am healthier mentally, it doesn't take very long at all, which is awesome because I'm building this routine into my self-care. Look, we're halfway done. That took what? 3 minutes. That's awesome. One time I went on a cruise. When you're on cruises, you're in and out of the ocean and in and out of the pool, and I didn't really bother with washing my hair. I just kind of tied it back in a way and plaited it when I could. But when I got back on land, we were gone for only a week, my hair was so knotted I couldn't undo it myself. I had to go to a hairdresser and ask for them to detangle my hair. They charged me $80 and it took 4 stylists because of how matted it was, how knotted it was together. And look, everyone was horrified. I was embarrassed because I'd left it so long. And my mental health was not that great, but it had been so much worse. And the secondhand embarrassment that I have felt from being in the chair and the amount of times I've had to go to a hairdresser and ask them to detangle my hair, the lectures you get, the looks you get, it makes me feel so sad for myself, for other people who have to go through that, who aren't, in a supportive and understanding environment. I want better for all of us. And self-care is not something that you can just instantly do and change your life overnight. It takes time. It takes practice. It takes 5 minutes out of your day to make sure that your hair is combed or set or tucked away properly and not just tied up in the mum bun or the depression bun. And this is going really smoothly. I was so sure that this would take a really long time, and I've been putting it off for like 4 days. It's done. That took me 7 minutes. Now, look, it may not take you 7 minutes. You might have hair down the middle of your back. It might not be curly, but it might be, you know, straight and matted and knotty. And it may take a lot longer than 7 minutes. But I believe in you. Sometimes it's really hard to take care of yourself. You feel like you don't have time, or you just really don't want to. Netflix is much more interesting, or you can't get out of bed. I get it. I've been there. It sucks. Having to put yourself first can be really difficult, especially when you don't have any practice of doing it. But it's these little tiny things that you do, little bit by little bit, build them into your schedule so that they're already there. And just make a commitment. If you can do one thing for yourself today, take care of yourself. Just a small thing. Maybe it's not a rat's nest. Maybe you haven't had a shower in a few days, or there's dishes piling up, or the laundry is overflowing. You can do one small thing now and go and change that. And then it doesn't matter if you can't do anything else. All you need to commit to yourself is doing better than nothing. And if you commit to doing that every day, something more than nothing, you're gonna change your whole life. I did, and I want that for you as much as I want it for me. My challenge for you today is to show up for yourself. Commit to one small thing related to the thing that you've been putting off. Maybe you have an assignment due. Write one word. Format your paper. Look up some references. Don't do it all right now if you can't. But maybe that one word will lead to two. Will lead to a sentence and a paragraph. Maybe it won't. Maybe you'll come back though, and you'll have already had that one word there and it won't seem so scary. Self-care is not about making massive changes to everything you do ever. That is the quickest way to fail. If you go around trying to change everything at once, you don't know what's going to work for you. So keep everything the same and change just one thing. Make a commitment, show up for yourself. Let me know down in the comments. I would love to see what you come up with. I hope you found this interesting. This is related to one of those 7 areas of self-care that I'm focusing on. If you're interested in learning more about those 7 areas of self-care, if you click up here, then it will take you to a video where I explain the whole thing. And then I've got a playlist down in the description of other things you can do to take care of your physical self-care. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the little notification bell, and you'll get a notification every time I release a new video. I will catch you in the next video. Bye.